Welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, I am Abel, and so are you. I got here a couple of screwdrivers here that are ratcheting. Just dug them out. Some of you have seen these already. Excuse me. Some of you haven't. Here is probably one I have not showcased yet. But I put them all in here together to kind of show you some contrasts between the different ones and, you know, how each company approached their ratcheting screwdriver. And so I guess first up, Cobalt is here. If we start, these are somewhat chromed out bits that will go in here. You got a magnet down in there, and that's going to be a 1/4 inch, so you know you can put other stuff in there. Your left and right, this collar is telescopic. Instead of turning it one way or the other, it's up and down. And it's a big collar. Some of these guys have went with smaller, thinner collars, and I guess if you got gloves on, these big ones will work better. You know, if you the kind of guy that likes to have gloves on, or maybe even bigger gloves like demolition gloves or something like that, you know, you're gonna appreciate this bigger collar and the telescopic approach that they took to that. Then you got some really good knurling down here. Here to give you some of that kind of precision turning if you wanted, you know, if you wanted to do that. Or you're going to have to hold it here. And that's why they gave you a lot of knurling here too. And that's for the feature that this has that the other ones don't. And it's kind of, they have it here. It's called double drive. And what that double drive does is when you hold this and you turn it, if you just look up here at the bit, when you turn it, it turns. But when you're holding onto this collar down here, when you go back, it still turns forward. So as you're turning, you're getting double the revolution, because you get that positive traction. If you let me use that term, positive traction. I know that's used on your automobiles, but that's kind of what it reminds me of, positive. So you turn, you go back, and it turns forward. That's a slick little feature. I like that. That's a slick little feature. By the way, 120 clicks. 120 clicks on this Cobalt. Can you believe that? 120. Now, I could be wrong. And the reason why I say that is because it was hard to look these up and what their actual, you know, what their company says that their clicks are. So what did I do? I did some even more higher tech research. I counted. And I came up, the actual number I came up with was 112. And I just bumped it up to 120. So I feel like, is 112 closer to 120 or is it closer to 90? That's pretty fine. So I just gave it 120. It could be 190. I counted 112, and I'm sure I only counted once. Come on, man. I'm not gonna be doing that all day. So I counted once, came up 112. I'm gonna give it 120. You guys may know better. Put it in the comments if it's 90. But I got this on sale for like $7, maybe $7.50, something crazy. And the regular price isn't that much more. I mean, regular price, I'll give it 14 bucks. But that's a lot. That's a lot of clicks. And then if we move down to the handle, it's got a nice, smooth. I mean, that grip is I gotta say it, amazing. It's a good grip. I like it. It's kind of hard. You know, I don't feel no rubber. I think all of this is plastic, but they curved it just right. They curved it just right. So yeah, let's see what kind of, okay. Use your eye protection, and I'm sure that's probably the part number. Always wear eye protection. Cobalt. And I don't think that's printed on here. I feel a little bumpiness here. So they push that white plastic up through this blue plastic. So this will never wear off. Like I said, I like when companies do that. And then you got your double drive here. And then it has another trick up its sleeve. It has multiple bits. And they store right here in the handle. I don't really like, you know, when you take something off like this, this could get lost. And if it gets lost, you know, you could probably use this like this if you lost that, but you couldn't use it like that. I don't know. Just don't lose this. Don't lose. I just lost it. Don't lose this, guys. And so, yeah, I mean, you could take that out and put something else in here. You could store something else in there if you want it. But then here, and these are chromed out. And you know that chrome is going to cut down on rust. So you have your slotted. These are like micro almost, precision almost. Micros. You got your Phillips. And then they're flippable. Or some of them. Or did I get, no, that's, okay, so, yeah. They're not flippable, they're just half, I'm sorry. And then you got your Torx down here. Different sizes on your Torx. There's your slotted. And then here, you got a 1/4 inch adapter that you can put in here. And like I said, you can use anything in here. I doubt that this is impact rated, so I would not suggest that you put this in an impact drill. And you just put that in and slide that back in here. And take this, screw it back on. And it's nice, guys. You could double this as a fidget tool, because I find myself playing with this a lot. Just, I'm a mess like that, but I like that. All right, let's keep it moving. So here you have your ideal. Now, as you can see, theirs are flippable with the ball bearing locking mechanism. And I don't want to go too in depth with this because I actually got a separate video for this. And so this is how this breaks down. And you got your different sizes for your hex. So you could do bolts as well. So, you know, I won't bore you guys with that. If you really want to go a little bit deeper on this, I do have a dedicated video for this. But this here is just to show a little contrast to both of them. Come on, guys. There we go. Here's the collar on this. You see how thin this collar is as opposed to this one? That's huge. If you had gloves on, you might have issue with that. You might not. I don't see it as a big issue. But Let's see if we can, there we go. So the clicks on this, I came up with 24. Yeah, I came up with 24. That's way different than this guy. 24. I'm not too crazy about the handle on this. You guys know that. Decent tool. Yeah. They push their plastic up through this too, so that'll never wear off. Yeah. So not much to this, but this has another this has a little trick up its sleeve. It's got the nut. I'm sorry, wire nut ratcheting on the end. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't count. I didn't count the clicks on this. It sounds like the same. So it's probably 24 here too. But decent tool. Yeah. Let's keep it moving. And then here's the Klein. This is their version. So they got the ball bearing flipping bit as well. This one didn't have a flipping bit. They were kind of, you know, half bits. So these are flipping. That has the 1/4 inch as well. So here's the collar on this. So the collar on this is in between this one and this one. It's bigger. So if you had gloves on, you wouldn't have a problem. You know, I wish they had put a little bit of knurling on this because this is smooth plastic. They do have some, if you can make that out, some little flats, kind of flat edges on there. Y'all can see that a little bit. Some little flat edges, but not enough. It's slippery. You know, they could have put some knurling on that. That would have been better. But they didn't. It's okay. And so the clicks on this, 24. And there was a YouTuber that put that in the comments that definitely settled that. They said, hey, 24 on this. So I do appreciate that. Nice handle, nice rubber handle on Klein. And so, you know, we're skimming over these because I did a video on this as well. I think the only one I didn't do a dedicated video was this one. And I didn't do one on this one either. So yeah, just these two I did a dedicated video on. These two I did not. So, you know, I'm not going to go too deep on this because, you know, if you guys was interested, you can check out and find the video. And this one does have the bits in the handle. Get quite a few. There's your Torx, slotted, Phillips, and this has the ECX bit in it. The electricians, you know, when you're working in panels, you're gonna see that screwdriver or those screws. It's kind of like in between a get out of here, Phillips and a flathead. It's your ECX. So that's kind of cool. A 1 and a 2 on that. So at least you know with this one, you got that ECX. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, nice. So let's look at the last one, the Makita. It's shorter than all the rest of them. You know? Well, I guess this is about, yeah, it's shorter than the rest of them. Let's see here if we pull this out. These got the half bits. They're not flippable, they're half bits. And you got the 1/4 inch. You got a little magnet down there. So 1/4 inch stuff will work on here. And here you have the collar on this one is small. But you see how they put the knurling in there? So if you got gloves on or not, or if you got a little oil on your hands, you know, that knurling is going to help. There's your directions there. And these little pods, you want to call them pods, little bumps, they feel good. So even if your hand was oily, these little bumps are going to give you traction. So they thought about that, and I appreciate that. And this one does have a lanyard hole. So this lanyard is so deep in the plastic that you could use, and I don't have one with me, but if you had a smaller screwdriver, you could stick that in there. Stick it across there like that, stick it in this hole, and you could get, you could gain some positive traction turning this. If it was on a boat or something, you didn't have a wrench, and it was on something, you could put that in and make it a T-handle. But you guys are probably thinking, hey, so this is it? Like, where's all the bits? These got bits in the handles, every last one of them. Well, they had a different approach, and this is what they did. I'm gonna have to actually move some of these out of the frame because of this. So I probably could have did a separate video on this, and probably should have. But if you look at the box, it's nice. So let's look here. That's all the bits you got, storage. Look at that. Look at all you get. So you guys are welcome to pause that if you want, and read it later. This here is rubber. I like that. So this ain't gonna slide around too much. Once you open it, you get all these nut drivers. You get this adapter, and you get all of these. Let's see if I can give you a better look. Look at that. None of these are really security bits, but your Robbies, your slotted, your Torx, all sizes. Or mini sizes. I wouldn't say all sizes, mini sizes. And so that's great, fellas. And then you can just store this in here like that. And that's how it looks. And you can get this without this. This, I think you can just find just this for like $9 on Amazon. And this together is about 23 bucks maybe for all of it. I've had this for a long time, so the price could be higher now. But, you know, I throw this in my trunk, and man, this thing has gotten me through a lot over the years. People say, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you tighten this up? Can you loosen this up? I grabbed this thing, and 9 times out of 10, I was able to get it done with this. So yeah, fellas, these are some very useful tools. So you got these ratcheting screwdrivers, and these companies that come in approaching it in a different way. I appreciate the time and effort and engineering they put into these. And as you can see, I kind of like them. Some guys have 10, 20, 25 ratcheting screwdrivers. I mean, I couldn't use all those, but this is a good set for me. I want to thank y'all for stopping by and watching this video. Again, I'm a small channel, just starting out. I appreciate the love. If you could like it, subscribe it, do all that good YouTube stuff. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. And remember to thumbs up.